Okay guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to teach you that one trait that's preventing you from getting the girl of your dreams. Now if you want to know, PayPal me £5 right now. Nah, I'm just joking. Watch the rest of this video if you want to find out.
Babe, wake up. Lanny dropped another one.
By the way, I've got something really big coming up. I'm launching my first ever coaching program very soon, but spots will be very limited. So if you want to join the waitlist, click the first link in the description. So getting into the video, you are extremely needy and desperate. So much so that girls can practically smell it wafting off of you. The desperate and neediness. So before you click off, let me just tell you how to fix it. Firstly, I want you to build confidence. Now, you can build confidence in several ways, but the best way for me is going to the gym. Now, I want to make one thing clear. You don't need to go to the gym. You don't need to build an amazing physique just to attract girls. Definitely, yeah, sure, it helps. But as long as you have a personality and are confident, that's the main thing. That's literally all it takes to attract girls. Having a good personality, being interesting, and then just being confident. Most guys are too creepy, too needy, too desperate, and too shy, and they overthink way too much. It's almost like a girl can... It's almost like a girl has a sixth sense where she can sense this aura that you have about you, where you're extremely needy and desperate for her, and you want to avoid that, right? And the way to avoid that is by portraying the opposite, coming across more confident, coming across like you're more sure of yourself. You know what you're doing. You've been here before, and one of the best ways to get that is through an abundance mentality, which I'll get onto later. But in terms of building confidence to yourself, like I said, the best thing I can recommend is going to the gym. And of course, having an aesthetic body will help you 10 times more when it comes to women. Building an aesthetic body or just training in the gym can build you up so much confidence because you can see an instant change to your self-image. You can see that every day you look in the mirror, you're getting a little bit more jacked, you're getting a little bit more aesthetic, you're looking a little bit leaner, and you just look better, you look more muscular. You look more attractive. And then you start getting this, you get more motivation to continue, right? And you also get this inspiration in your head thinking, or this ego lift in your head where you're thinking, you know what, I look good, and I'm proud of that. You get this pride, and nothing can take that away from you because you yourself have built it for yourself, right? So going to the gym can help build confidence so much because it's near instant and you can see it building up every day, and no one would deny you that confidence because you've earned it and you've built it for yourself, and you can see yourself becoming better and changing, and that's what you want. Now the next point is I want you to talk to more girls, just casually, but maybe even ones that are below your standards, just so that you can build your confidence even more. Because the thing is, right now, you are so scared to talk to girls that you've probably never even talked to a girl for that long in your life, unless it's been like under a friend pretext, or they've been like your cousin or your family or your sister or whatever. And they've always had to be like somewhat ugly girls that you weren't attracted to. If I'm right and you're anything like me when I was younger, you actually find it very difficult to talk to girls that you find attractive, and you're almost scared of it. You have this shyness about you, and because of that, it just makes you 10 times creepier when you actually do. And like I said, she can practically smell this desperateness and this needy, desperate creepiness coming off of you, just because you're so uncomfortable talking to girls. She can see it in your entire demeanor. So what I want you to do is I want you to become comfortable talking to girls. I want you to talk to them the same way you would talk to your guy friends, and think of them the same way, treat them the same way that you would your guy friends, because that level of comfort that you want to build with talking to the opposite gender is what will enable you to be so much smoother when you want to talk to the women that you want to attract, right? I remember back when I tried talking to girls, I'd get so nervous, like my heart was there pounding, and I would be getting all up in my head thinking, what can I say to this girl? What can I say to this girl? What can I say to this girl? Finally, I think of some dumb, stupid line, and I go and approach her. My heart's in my mouth. And I go and approach her, and I just say the dumbest shit, and I'm practically shivering with the amount of nervous energy that I have. And of course, immediately she's just going to say no and reject me and say, oh no, but like, I think of you as a friend, and I like what we have right now. Meanwhile, right now, you barely even talk, right? And this is literally like some random girl that you've just been staring at, and you have this huge crush on her. You're barely even friends with her, barely even well embellished in her social circle, but you just saw her and you decided to try, even though you knew you would fail deep down because you've got this nervousness about you. Your heart was in your mouth, beating like that, right? You want to avoid feeling like that because feeling like that is exactly what makes you this needy, desperate sort of guy. And you don't want to be that. That's the whole point of this video, right? So practice talking to girls, even if they are below your standards or below what you would typically go for when you look for a girl. Do that because it will help you build that confidence and build that comfort when talking to women, and you can get comfortable with it and you can take it further and gradually increase like how attractive they are to you, right? Start off with like a 5 and then go up to a 10 maybe, or maybe to like an 8. 10 is a bit unrealistic. I hate to use the numbers to quantify it, but you know what I mean. And our next point, I want you to think of it as a numbers game, right? So in terms of making it seem like a numbers game, I say that because I want you to build an abundance mentality, like I mentioned earlier. The more girls that you're talking to, the less you'll be affected when you get rejected. And it's quite as simple as that. Think about it this way. A poor man loses £1 or $1. Do you think how upset do you think he's going to be? He's going to be crying his all like eyes out. That $1 meant so much to him. That was like probably one day's worth of food, if that. Like $1, £1 or $1 can't even get you that these days. But still, that money was a lot to him because he's poor. He lives on the streets. He's homeless. Now imagine a rich man. Imagine Jeff Bezos. Imagine Elon Musk. Do you think $1 or £1 would mean anything to them if they lost one? It wouldn't really mean that much, right? And it's not even about talking to several girls romantically at the same time, but testing it out. So what I mean by this is the exact strategy that I used to use, right? Is when you talk to girls, I don't want you to just put all your eggs in one basket and bet all everything on this one girl, right? Because then you get so much emotional build up towards this one girl that when it goes wrong, you get yourself in a depressive state, right? You get really upset and worked up about it because you betted everything on this one girl and you created an emotional attachment, an emotional connection when she felt none of that for you because she's got another 50 guys that she's talking to. And she was probably more interested in another one, which is why she rejected you, right? Imagine if instead you were talking to 10, 20 girls. It doesn't need to be like 50 or 40. But imagine you're talking to 10, 20 girls, right? One of them rejects you. It's okay. She wasn't as good looking as this one. Oh, I didn't really like her personality that much anyways compared to this one. Now, it sounds really bad, like sleazy behavior that girls like to admit that they don't like. But then what you can do is when you find one that you're actually attracted to, that things actually appear to be going well with, and once you've passed the attraction stage, you can cut off talking to the rest of them and focus all your energy on that one girl and make her your girlfriend. I usually like cut them off after I've made a girl my actual girlfriend because I've been in too many cases where like it's been yes and no with her being my girlfriend and then we don't end up dating even though like we promised each other we would, and all of that bullshit. Like I've been in all of the different situationship sort of stages you can imagine, and yeah, it's just funny. But like I said, what I'd recommend is talking to 10, 20 girls until you finally like settle on one that you know, yeah, this is going to work out with. We're both attracted to each other, and I don't need that abundance anymore. But that abundance is what will help you. That numbers game is what will help build that abundance mentality. So when you're talking to girls, you don't get as scared as you do normally when you get rejected, or when you stop talking to them, when they stop talking to you, when they might even block you or remove you or whatever. You don't feel as much of a sadness, or you don't get into a depressive state or mode. You're basically unfazed by it.
Imagine shooting a man with your last bullet and he stands there, unfazed.
And you continue moving on and just put another girl on the roster. It sounds so bad, but it's kind of what's needed these days, because right now you're far too attached to this one girl that doesn't really want anything to do with you. Now, the final point, I want you to make it all seem effortless. Now, the reason I want you to make it seem effortless is because when you make it seem effortless, the girls are 10 times more attracted to you, right? Whereas if you make it seem like you're putting in all this effort and you're trying to chase her, you're trying to win her over, you're trying to make her yours, you're trying to do all of these things to appease her or make her happy, it seems again desperate and needy. Act like she's already yours. Be romantic naturally. Don't force it. Don't be that guy that's like constantly over providing and over being like, oh, let me get this for you, let me get that for you, let me do this, let me do that. Instead, make it seem effortless. When you go out on a date with her, just pay for the bill without her even noticing. And when it comes up in question, just be like, oh, no, no, don't worry about it, it's already sorted. Imagine how attractive that is. Saying that, oh yeah, don't worry about the bill, it's already sorted, I've already got that covered, we can just walk out of here. Things like that just make it seem completely effortless. Like, you want to, like, seem like you're James Bond in these moments, right? That level of romance and gentlemanliness about it, that chivalry, right? And imagine how much it could increase her attraction towards you tenfold. Anyways, before I sign off, make sure you click the first link in the description if you want to join the waitlist for my coaching program. But anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one.